Another question that I had in advance is about how often should I post to Instagram? When you say space your posts out, do you mean, or not to post too often? Do you mean one post a day or 10 posts a day? So that's a really good question because every social network has a different personality and a different culture. And the Instagram culture is one that people want to see quality over quantity. So if you post a lot of pictures or videos, any posts very close together on Instagram, you will find that people don't like that. It's not generally accepted, or it's not part of the culture of Instagram. So this is what I would recommend. In general, between 1 and 4 posts per day is what you would want to do on Instagram. And you want to spread them out so that they're at least a couple of hours apart, I would recommend. Ideally, even, about 4 hours apart if you can. You don't even have to post 4 posts a day. That's one of the things that I love about Instagram, is that more is not better. So Twitter, it's like you have to post, 20, some people are posting, 40, 50 times a day. I think Guy Kawasaki said he posts over 100 times a day on Twitter. You have to just keep, the content has such a short lifespan on Twitter that you just have to constantly be posting to get anybody's attention, because it just gets scrolled down in the feed. But Instagram content has a much longer lifespan. So what you'll see from your account that's really fun and rewarding is that, your content will live longer. So an image that you have, you'll get always a bunch of likes and comments pretty quickly within the first maybe 4 hours or so. But people that go and check out your account will scroll down and see your other pictures. And I still get comments on, posts that I put up, a month ago. So it's really nice that way. You don't have to feel pressured to put tons of content on Instagram. In fact, I just wouldn't advise putting more than 4 posts a day. But also, you don't even have to post that many times. I think 1 to 2 times a day is a really appropriate number for Instagram. And if you're trying to get started and you're trying to build your followers, that's when I would recommend doing maybe 2 or 3 posts a day. When you're really in kind of that active growth phase, a little bit more content is going to help you. And obviously there's other strategies to promoting your content there in terms of using the right hashtags and tagging other people. But having a little bit more content is definitely going to get more attention. And, so 2 a day is probably what I'd recommend if you're just getting started, just to kind of get some traction. But if you can just make it once a day, I actually saw really good growth in my my business Instagram account, just by posting once a day and even only posting on the weekdays. And once you get some traction, even less, even if you do 3 or 4 posts a week on Instagram, I think the key is to be consistent. You don't want to let that account go too long without posting, because people will end up, not following you when they're trying to clean up their feeds. So you want to be consistent. It's the same like any social media. But when you're getting started with Instagram, definitely try different times of the day, different times of the week, or different days of the week, because you want to be able to see when people are engaging more. And like I said, there's a lot of data that shows between 5 and 8 p.m. Eastern time, US time, is a really good time to post on Instagram to get more engagement. But you have to test it out for your own audience, because your audience might have different habits than other audiences. I have personally found that I do get more traction when I post around 5 or 6 p.m. and another bump even around 10 p.m. And there is a really great tool called Iconosquare, Iconosquare, and you can log into that on the desktop with your Instagram account, and it will show you very cool graphic of when you're posting, and it shows you when people are engaging the most with your content. And that can help you once you've gone and done a little bit of experimenting, posting at different times. Then you can log into Iconosquare and you can take a look at that data, and you can see very clearly that what times of day and which days of the week people are liking and engaging more with your content. The Instagram game, and I don't mean that in a way of gaming the system, but really it's about putting out quality content that your ideal audience wants to see and getting good engagement. And that engagement, people liking your pictures and people commenting on your pictures, are going to mean that your content gets shared more, and it's going to mean that your account is going to grow faster, because even Instagram, when they recommend other accounts to follow, and when they're having this, on the Instagram account, you can see there's an Explore tab where you can go in and, look at Explore and looking for hashtags and looking for accounts to follow. If your posts and content are getting good likes and comments, then, it's the same like on Facebook. Your content's going to be seen more often, and Instagram is going to like to promote your content. So that's really what you want to do, is just make sure that for whatever audience, whether you have 50 people following you or 100 people or 1,000 or 5,000, that you're posting content that audience is going to continue to engage with. The other thing that's really important is that you engage back. So people don't like it on Instagram, really on any social media, when you're just posting and people are responding to you and you're not answering them. So make it part of your Instagram routine to go in and check your comments. And you can see you always will have there's a little heart tab here that shows you all of your new followers and all of the likes and comments on your different posts. So just make sure you go in there regularly. You only will see the last, I think, 80 comments and likes. So if you wait too long, you're going to miss that. You can always go back and look at it on the desktop and see the whole history of comments. But on your mobile device, it's only going to show you the last 80. So you have to make it a regular part of your routine. And especially when you're a new account and you're smaller, the more you can interact with the people that are commenting on your photos and liking your photos, and go into their accounts and comment and like on their photos, the more engagement and the more communication you have with them, the better relationship you're going to build. When your account gets bigger, obviously you get a lot more comments. It's a little bit harder to manage, but you can still go in, and even if a lot of people have made comments on your photos, you can still go in and just respond. And there's some big brands that do that really well, and the ones that don't, people don't appreciate that at all. And Instagram, it is a social media platform, and it definitely is a place that people want to engage with you. And if you return the favor by commenting back on people's photos that comment on yours, and by answering their comments on your photos, it's really cool. You're going to see, really great results, and you're going to see the engagement and the followers just start to organically increase on Instagram. And that's what I really love about Instagram, is that you don't have to do so much in order to get great results on Instagram. Posting once a day is fine, even every other day. Again, if you're really trying to get your Instagram account built up, and you're trying to, in a new phase, you have a newer business or a new account that you're trying to attract that right audience, definitely think bumping it up to 2 or even 3 or 4 posts a day. It's only going to help you get there faster, but you don't have to feel obligated to post that many times. So 1 or 2 times a day is actually perfect for Instagram. But again, not more than 4, and space it out over the day. You will see definitely, if you start following other people and looking at their content in your news feed, whenever you're going through your news feed, and I'll show you how that looks again on the account. So that's the little home button here. Whenever you're scrolling through the pictures and I start to see 4 or 5 pictures or videos posted at one time by somebody, it's definitely a turnoff. And if I see too many of their posts at once, I will just stop following them. And you will see that happen very quickly on Instagram if you put a lot of pictures together. So for example, if you go to an event, on Facebook, you might actually just, and Twitter, obviously, you'd want to post a lot of content from that event. But for Instagram, just pick your best, pick your best couple of photos every day. If you are posting from an event, make sure you use the hashtag of the event so people can find you. Another good tip is, if you're not at the event, but there's an event that's really big in your industry or your niche, you can engage with people that are at the event by using the hashtag of the event, even if you're not there. So you can just make it relevant. You can post something like, wish I was at this event and use the hashtag so that people can find it. So that's a really cool way to engage with the audience at an event that you would like to be at, but you can't physically be there. But you'll see over time, what content people are liking, and just don't be afraid to jump in and experiment. It's always going to be a process. And I think it's important with Instagram, as well as with any social media, that you keep monitoring what you're doing and what kind of success you're having. And if you have posts that are getting less engagement, or times of the day when nobody seems to be around and caring about it, then you might want to just change your strategy a little bit and post at the times of the day that are better. Again, use the Iconosquare tool after you've got some content up there that will tell you exactly when to post and when you're getting the most engagement.